Okay, so our mission, right, is to help 84 million families across the nation to utilize each of our partner services to improve their financial situation, right? In other words, to build wealth, right? We want the financial future set up so you can go and also set inheritance, right, and set a foundation for generations to come to build upon and grow and grow and grow, right? That's what we want to do, right? And obviously, it's education, right? So it's about financial literacy. It's about that self development and growth within these specific things. You got me. So let's keep it pushing. Let's talk a little bit about the company. Been around for 18 years, right? So 18 years in the financial service industry. Then we're not new to this, right? We true to this, right? We've been doing this. 18 years helping people, right? All the products and services are designed to help families across the country, and also it's a debt-free company, right? Not too many companies you got, right, to be a part of that are debt-free, right? We all aim to be debt-free, but they lead by example and saying, "Hey, we're debt-free." Again, guys, that's a very, very big thing. It's a very big thing. And just let me know if you can't hear me. Somebody said that my mic was muted. But I want to make sure you guys can hear me. All right. Next, right, they also have a dedicated and consistent management team, right? That's a very, very big thing. They work around the clock for us and for our clients and for people that just need help. You got me. They're always there to lend a helping hand, right? And we'll keep it pushing. So let's get into some fun facts, right? Let's talk about as America as it is today, right? Did you know that 1.4 million identity theft claims were made in 2020, right? Understand something. That's a lot of claims. I myself have had people take my information or my social media and replicate themselves. I have people that have made bank accounts in my name, et cetera, et cetera. And it definitely it can be very, very bad in terms of what can happen. You got me. And again, that's a really big number. It's something we got to look out for. We never think it can happen to us, but I've seen closed accounts in my name. I had no idea where they come from. People have tried to do stuff. They try to get to a certain point, but due to monitoring systems, they weren't able to do it. But the accounts did close, and it affected some things personally for me. But $14.6 trillion, I'm sorry, guys, $14.6 trillion was reported in American household debt. Right, that's a very big number in terms of debt, right? We gotta fix that, right? Again, I think there's a such thing as good debt, but that's not good. $14.6 trillion, and then we got 64% of Americans, right, who are expected to retire with less than 10,000 in their retirement savings account. I don't know about you guys, but I know that when I'm done working, and I don't want to work until I die, and I know for sure that $10,000 cannot last me 20 years or however long it may be. There is just no way that that can happen. You got me? So we got to understand some things, right? There's different things that can really help you, right? But you want to set yourself up to where in the long run, you're able to rest and take care of your family and do the things that you need to do. And again, leave that inheritance for your children's children. Again, I'm a big believer in the word, and that's exactly what it says. A wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. We have to be wise in that aspect of things, especially when it comes to savings. 60% of Americans lack a will or estate planning, right? So those of you that have kids, those of you that want to set up different things as far as wealth goes, a business, assets, etc. Listen, if you don't have a will or estate set up, you can lose all of that, right? Let me explain something to you. You guys may have heard of Takeoff. He was a rapper with the Migos that recently passed. You may know Prince. You may know Aretha Franklin. You may even know Nipsey Hussle. And Nipsey Hussle really surprised me, right? All of these people didn't have a will in place at all. Nipsey actually did. The thing with Nipsey is he didn't have it set up correctly. So when he passed, what happened was this, right? His family had to go into a legal battle. Lauren London and his brother went over a legal battle over his estate that his son had rights to, but his son wasn't old enough, right? So you have different things that you have to set in place, right? And it's a lot of things about a will or trust. Like a will is like set up if anything happens, but a trust is like the specific directions. And there's so much power in having those different things. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But if not, those things are seized by the government, right? Go look at what happened to Takeoff stuff. It's not a pretty picture, especially after everything that happened. You're talking about millions of dollars down the drain or not going to anybody. You got me? And it also in just one decade, student loan balances have jumped 150%. Right, that's something they don't tell you in school. We're about to talk about some things that they don't talk about in school or college, especially when it comes to student loans and different things of that nature. You got me? Those things can pile up. And again, Biden is trying to do what he's doing, but you're talking about 150%. This thing is jumped. Right. So let's get into some more statistics. Okay, let's go to budgeting. I don't know about y'all, but this is probably something that I didn't realize how much of a toll it could take. You know, I remember one time U.S. Bank, the bank I bank with, I actually looked at my app and I realized how much I spend. And it was a crazy amount to see how much was coming in and how much is going out. And when those bars look the exact same or almost equal, it's not a pretty picture. You got me? When you're bringing in a certain amount of money, you're spending either that or more, things can go in a bad way very, very easily, right? We all been to a place where we just go out or we buy food, you know, we do fast food, we just do day-to-day things, but we don't really think or count the cost of those little things that can add up. Even going out with a group of friends, right? Spending money on food, right? We're enjoying ourselves, but we don't think about the budget that we allocate to different things like that. And again, guys, it can add up. And 65% of Americans had no budget in place in 2021, right? That's a very, very big thing. Due to this thing, due to budgeting, I want you guys to understand something. With budgeting alone, you literally can be a millionaire. You got me? I read a book called it's called The Millionaire Next Door, right? And with this book, I'm telling you, and I know janitors that are millionaires because they understand budgeting. Budgeting is a key tool in setting yourself up for financial success. It just is. So I guarantee you, if you do these things the right way, you can see some really great benefits. Seriously, right? It's a big thing. Next, let's talk about savings. Now, I think there's a way you're supposed to save, right? When we talk about savings, right? Let's go over the statistic first, right? 1 in 5 Americans didn't save money in 2021. That's not good, right? Especially off of a pandemic. Let's talk about that. We're talking about right after COVID, when we needed emergency funds, when we had all these things happen to us, our families, right, our friends, etc., and we didn't have anything, right? We saw what happened with all the economical disaster loans, etc. Listen, these are things that happen, especially with the economical downturn that we're in right now, right? This so-called recession or upcoming recession, however they put it, right? It is what it is. We have to have things set in place where we can be safe, right? Where us and our families are taken care of, especially through something like a pandemic, right? And I think there's a way you save, right? You don't want to put your money in a savings account to where it's gaining 0.003% interest. You want to put it into something that grows, right? I told you guys earlier that I'm into blockchain tech, and one of the things that we're big on is the fact that your money, if it just sits there, it depreciates in value, right? Again, I have a brand called Billionaire Mind as well. And thinking like that, millionaires understand that. So they like to put their money in place where things grow, right? Something that gives you 3%, right? Something of that nature that can actually facilitate that growth on your income and your money while it sits there. That's a really big thing you want to do. You got me. And one of the most, and then also letting your money grow while it sits there is also biblical too. I got to throw that in there. It really is. But also 54% of Americans don't know their credit score. Now, this is probably the most important statistic to me. It goes back to what we spoke about in the beginning. It is the foundation literally for everything. I don't care what you want to do, whether you want to buy a house, a car, go get a space for rent, right? Build a business, whatever it is that you want to do. Your personal credit is so key and important. It unlocks a lot of doors for you. Let me tell you guys a story. Me and my family moved to Florida 3 years ago. At the time, I was with my mother. We were moving into a neighborhood. Guess in this neighborhood, we were trying to go ahead and sign a lease, but they stopped us, right? We had the money in hand, everything in hand. This is what they told us. They said you have to have a 750 credit score. Everybody over the age of 18 had to have a 750 credit score to move into this neighborhood, right? And that's something that is like, wow, really? Yes, 100%, because it just gives you access, right? And in a second, we're going to go over some things that shows you guys how much credit can really cost you in the long run, right? It's things I would have known as a teenager to set my credit up now. Because if listen, with a great credit score, you can go get your first time home, or you can buy your home, right? We're talking about 3.5 to 5% down on a home, right? Whatever the case is, and you're able to get a multifamily unit or a duplex, whatever it is, and you can create cash flow for yourself. You can create income for yourself just by having a great credit score, right? So utilizing the power of credit is so key. Understanding that you need a great credit score, that you need credit, and you need to know exactly what your credit score is so you can go and do those different things, right? I'm about to talk to you guys about a car I was able to get soon. And I actually put it on Turo, and now it brings me cash flow, right? So it's different things that you can just do, right? But let's get into how credit is actually calculated, right? So this is how your credit is calculated, okay? 35% is payment history, right? 30% is credit utilization, 15% is length of credit, 10% is new credit inquiries, right? And 10% is types of credit. Now, when it comes to your payment history, understand something, right? Late payments, things of that nature, right? All those different things, they play a factor, right? It just they impact the credit score. The credit utilization. Let me give you guys a tip, okay? This is something of value you guys can take with you. You guys may have heard keep your credit card under 30%. While that is pretty good, you actually want to keep it under 10%. The reason why you want to keep your credit cards under 10% is because you want to keep it at 30% between all three credit bureaus. So it can be 10% for TransUnion, 10% for Equifax, and 10% for Experian, right? But you have to understand something. That's how they calculate it all. Does that make sense? So you keep it 30% between all three credit bureaus, right? Now, length of credit plays a factor. Also, I remember I had a 740 credit score, and because I didn't have enough credit, they didn't want to give me money, which didn't make any sense, right? To me at the time, right? But you got new credit inquiries, and also types of credit. And credit inquiries, listen, if you have things that when you go get an application or when you apply for a house, a car, whatever it is that you want, even new credit cards, they impact your credit score. I remember one year I was just trying to do stuff. I had no knowledge of this stuff. I had no knowledge of how badly it can really impact me. And I racked up like 22 inquiries within like a year and a half, right? And because of this program I'm about to show to you guys in a minute, I was able to get late payments off, right? I was able to fix my length of credit, right, through trade lines and understanding authorized users and things of that nature. And I was also able to get at least, I think, more than half of the inquiries off, right? So that's one of the things that helped me, and it's a very, very big thing, guys. Again, credit is so key. So I would take a snapshot of this and just keep it to understand your credit. Right. So as we move forward, okay, let's look at how much credit really costs you in the long run. You got something called bad credit versus good credit. When purchasing a home at $240,000 on a 30-year fixed loan, right? This is your mortgage. Understand something. You got me. You talk about $500,000. Let's look to the right of the screen. That is $500,000 more than what you would have paid if you just had good credit. Look how much bad credit is costing you, right? Look at the interest rate. That's literally 4% compared to 13%. That's literally 3 times more, right? Over 3 times more the interest rate that you would have paid. And an extra $1,500 a month, right, with your monthly payments. That is tragic, right? Understand something. It costs so much. I'm sorry, guys. I get real passionate about it. Okay, my words got mixed up, but it is super important for you to actually get this taken care of, because again, how much this thing can cost you, right? You can turn this into a multifamily that appreciates in value, right? So you're gaining on your property. Let's say the property value went up to $1 million. Guess what? You can pull that out. You can refi. You can do different things based off of what your credit. Right. So it's a lot of power in what we're talking about. And also when it comes to bad versus good credit, right? They talk about when purchasing automobiles. This is something that happened to me this year. If you look in this example, okay, you're talking about $13,000 more in interest paid, right? $200 more a month, 26% over 6%. I would rather take the 6% interest and pay a lot less. You got me, especially. So I would rather take care of my credit score and get the things right, so I can go get the car that I want. And that's exactly what happened to me earlier this year, right? Before utilizing this program, and I'm about to reveal to you guys in just a second. I actually went to a dealership, and this is the wrong thing to do. If you want a car, don't go to the dealership. Do not go to the dealership and ask for a loan. Go to your bank or credit union first, and then get a loan. You got me? Let them give you a check that you can then take to the dealer and get the car that you want. Understand that? That's a more value for you. Okay, I promise you that's a very big key people don't understand. That way you don't got a whole bunch of people pulling your credit report and pulling your credit and letting it go down. But that's what happened to me at first. I went to go get a Ford Expedition. I even looked at a range, a couple of different things, but the Ford Expedition, they were going to charge me $1,200 a month for this payment. And to me, that is absolutely ridiculous. And of course, I said no. That's without insurance, without anything, just the $1,200 a month, right? Fast forward a couple months later, while I was playing football in Atlanta, I was actually able to get a Porsche Cayenne, black on black, right? I love it. It's beautiful. I'll be more than happy to show you guys. And now I actually have, and that was no money down, guys. I went to the bank, Navy Federal, they gave me a check. I got the Porsche, no money down. Didn't have to pay for 30 days on it. Was able to put it on the Turo platform, and now I make some cash flow from it, right? So it's a very, very powerful tool when you really take advantage of it and understand what it can do, right? And I'm about to show you guys a system that I utilize to help me do that, right? So this is a proven protection plan, right? It's crazy value. I promise you that. We spoke about budgeting. We also spoke about credit, right? So you get the credit restoration, the credit builder, and the credit monitoring, right? One of the biggest things, guys, also is a credit attorney. And let's take a second and look at the dollar signs besides everything. That just tells you how much these things are worth, right? How valuable these things are. Right, you talk about a will and a trust. That's easily $2,500 to set that up. A trust alone, right? And the credit attorney. Let me tell you guys something about this credit attorney. All right, I had something on my credit report. It was something from a collection from one of my colleges. Right, they were charging me about $1,600 for a laptop and then a couple books. Right, so like almost 2,000 total, maybe even a little more. I forget the exact number. But I want you guys to ask me if I had to pay for that collection. No, I did not. Was able to get it off with a dispute from the credit attorney, right? You have the identity monitoring that we spoke about. Listen, these things are a crazy value. The attorney itself, that's easily a couple $1,000s. But you're talking about little to no money down, right? Little to no money, period, for this system, right? And this is like $89 a month when you're talking about this. But all these things are taken care of for you. This is a very, very powerful tool. You got the savings, right? The debt payoff, you got everything, even the budgeting, right? It helps you do all of that. If you look to the bottom left of the screen, it's powered by the Youth Financial Literacy Program, or I'm sorry, Foundation. And this is actually a plus, right? So you not only are you giving back to the youth to learn financial literacy, right, and build their wealth, but one thing that you're doing is we're able to move as a nonprofit, right? And that's why we're able to get everything off your credit report at one time. And the cool thing is the system has an algorithm in it that writes the dispute letters out for you. They're sent off, and listen, all these things come off your credit report immediately. So it's one of those things, right? Unless it's something big or crazy, right? Then you use a credit attorney and you have access to the rocket lawyer and everything else. But again, guys, this is a very, very big thing. It's a very, very powerful tool. You know, it's a lot you can do with this system. It really is, even incorporating your business, right? It's so much more. And it's so powerful what you can do with understanding the power of credit. You got me? So let's do this. Okay. Now we're going to move to another segment, right? So another part of this to where you can actually utilize the system for yourself. But not only that, if you know somebody that's interested in this, if you know somebody that can use this, you can use this system to bring you some nice amount of cash flow as well. Right. So again, it's all about helping people and making money at the same time. Me personally, if I can help 1 billion people, right, that's my goal, then I know I can get at least $1 billion, because it's all about helping people, right? When you help, you get back, right? When you add value, the value comes back more and more, because that's just how God works. That's how things work. You got me? So let's move forward. Okay. With this business, right? What we're talking about with UWE, if you become a partner, much like myself, you don't have to do much, right? But you get paid 7 different ways. And I'm about to show you the 7 different ways you can get paid, right? But all you have to do is simply refer others to this Zoom call, much like you're on right now, right? To any conversation that we're having, or just tell people about the product and the service, right? Just tell them about the services, the protection plan, and what everything else gets handled for you. You don't have to worry about the credit restoration. You don't have to worry about the technology. You don't have to worry about the paperwork or even the customer service. You get everything taken care of for you. And again, guys, it's a very, very powerful thing where people are able to do things and go get properties and get the car that they want and set their families up. We're talking about a very powerful thing. So this is something where you can have a great amount of impact on people. But not only that, I'm going to show you the income you can bring in so you can have the freedom that you want to have the impact on the people and that you wish to have. You got me? But that freedom is a very, very big component of different things. Everybody wants to be financially free, right? Everybody wants more income, more freedom, and to have a bigger impact on the world, right? Because that's what it's all about, right? When it comes to this, again, guys, 7 different ways you can make money. We're talking about $100 per person that signs up. All right, this guy right here in the glasses, Leanne calls him Bob, so we're gonna call this guy Bob. Okay, his name is Bob. Bob refers 3 people to the protection plan program, right? And he's actually using the membership himself, and he gets $100 for everybody that signs up. All he has to do is tell them, right? But not only does he get $100 from them, Bob gets $12 a month from everybody residually. So, right, let me give you an example, okay? Let's say you do this, 30 minutes a day, just send a link out to a couple of people like, hey, check out this presentation, etc. 30 minutes, every day, you probably rack up a good, maybe, let's say maybe 100 people between 2 months that you end up helping, right, with this protection plan membership, right? Especially moving into the new year where everybody's New Year's resolutions, right? Let's just say that just happens in 2 months. You also get $1,200 a month after making $10,000 from 100 people, right? That's a very, very big thing. Not only that, listen, they can decide to become an agent too, right? And you actually get paid for that, right? You get direct commission for that as well, right? But not only that, anytime they bring in 2 people, so you get a bonus. So let me set this straight for you, right? If you look at Bob, and let's say the lady next to him is Susan, right? So Bob decides to help Susan, who then decides to help 2 other friends that she knows, right? Because she says, you know what, I can do this. Not only does Susan get paid, but Bob gets paid a bonus. It's called a customer acquisition bonus. It's anywhere from $100 to $560. And not only that, Bob gets residual income from anybody that Susan helps. Guys, it's literally a revolving door of helping people and making money at the same time. And again, it's a very powerful thing. And it's a real thing. And as soon as we're done, I'm going to show you guys a protection plan membership so you can see it, so you can understand it, that it's a real thing. You know, this is not a joke, and it's very powerful. Again, what's going on and how people are being helped. Okay, so let's move forward. Also, you have a affinity bonus, right? The uplines will say, hey, you know, anything with affinity on it, they love it. And it is a powerful tool. Again, you're talking about anywhere from the elite position all the way down to the pinnacle. You can get what's called the infinity bonus. Now, the pinnacle, we worked with him directly. His name is Alfred. He brings in 10 million in volume each month, right? And everything is based on volume, right? Let me tell you a little bit about Alfred. If you do that percentage, right, you see that percentage at the bottom next to pinnacle is 3%. Alfred brings in about 300K per month because of that volume, right? And that's a bonus, guys. Right. So you got some people that have been pushing this and doing some great things and making a great amount of money with this business because of the power behind it. You got me now. It's people bringing in $2,000 a month as a bonus, you know, $1,000 a month as a bonus. It's people bringing in 10,000, 50,000, however it is you want to work it, right? Or how much effort you want to put on this will determine it. But understand something. At the end of the day, you can make some extra cash flow from helping people, right? I've been doing this thing for a couple months, and it's greatly bringing me in a couple $1,000s a month since I've been doing it, just by sitting down and talking to a couple people, right? It's a very powerful thing. You got me? And it's actually growing right now. You know, it is. It really is. Well, now the last and final thing, which I spoke about earlier, it's a very powerful thing. No, listen, anybody that comes with us or that works with us, right, in any way, shape, or form, this is something I always tell them. Okay. I always say, hey, go get a business bank account. So if you're on this line, please take this note and take it with you if you're not doing it. Go incorporate a business first, right? So let me say that. Then go get a business bank account. Once you get the business bank account, make sure all of your deposits, I don't care if it's your paycheck, I don't care if somebody's paying you, I don't care what's going on. Make sure all of your deposits go through that business bank account, because what happens is this. That shows proof that your business is making money, and you can take that to a financial institution or a bank and you can get funded based off of that, right? They may pull your credit score, they may not, but understand something, you can get funded. And UWE, being an agent, you can fund yourself, you can fund your friends, you can tell them that play, you can have them go run it, they can have make sure they have the business structure in place, because we don't want to fund people and they not be able to pay back the money, right? But you want to make sure things are in place for them to go ahead and get the funding they need. If they want to go open up a store, open this up, right? You can get the funding for it, right? All you have to do is show proof of that you're making money, and you can get funding. Not only that, guys, you can fund yourself if you run a play fully, right? You can also help fund other people. Again, it's a lot of power. We're talking about literally 7 streams of income from not only repairing your credit, but helping other people get access to different things like this, like funding, like the house, like the car. You're helping people achieve something that they always wanted to achieve. And it's when you see the testimonies, when you see the impact that you can have, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? And one thing about this business, guys, is turnkey, right? Listen, I make websites, right? I have a business that makes websites. We charge $750 plus, right? We got professional marketing materials. We got that too. All these things are easily over thousands of dollars, right? But you're talking about everything that comes in a package deal. You get the website, the marketing materials, the agent and customer support to be there for you whenever you need. You get the commissions, but you also get paid weekly, right? We got paid Wednesday. We getting paid this upcoming Wednesday again, right? So it's going to be a nice new year. And then you also get life insurance, 100K in life insurance with no examination. That's a very powerful thing, especially in terms of leaving an inheritance for your children's children. You don't have to worry about GoFundMe's. We see too many of that, right? Understand something. To be able to leave that, just by working this business or helping some people, a couple people a month, that's a very powerful thing, guys, right? It really is powerful. So I encourage anybody to take advantage of it. And, you know, and just, you know, it's really powerful. It really is. Right? It's all about helping people, right? So if you're somebody that sees the protection plan and you see the credit, and you want to fix, you see the rocket lawyer, you see the credit attorney, you see the will and the trust, you want to take advantage of the membership, listen, it's $189 up front and then $89 a month, right? And that'll take care of everything for you and put you in a place to where you can take control of your financial future, but also do it for generations to come, right? But I encourage you to take full advantage of it and become an agent, right? We're talking about $100 more, a one-time setup fee, right? And your first month of your protection plan is included, right? And then it's $89 a month after that. So it's literally only $100 more to start, helping people make money, right? And bringing people to a place to where they want to be, right? And it's a very, very powerful thing when you give people access. Not only that, you can also, and I'm sorry about that, guys, you can also bring in 5 people, right? So just with this alone, if you brought in one customer, literally that's $100 to you, and that can go towards your protection plan. But if you bring in 5 people, right, not only do you make $500, but you also get your fee waived. So you get your services for free just for referring 5 friends and making some money, right? So it's a thing, again, when you help others, you help yourself, right? So it's a very, very powerful thing. Like, it really is, family, you know, and I encourage everybody to really take a look at it. Again, I mentioned Alfred earlier, our pinnacle. His name is, again, Alfred Nixon. He's changing lives every day is what UW is all about. That's what he said. We also have Mike Bargos. We're all here in Florida. We got people all over the place. We got people in St. Louis. We have people, you see Las Vegas. We're talking about Alabama, Texas, etc. But there's so many different types of walks of life, right? And Mike himself was a banker, but he realized something was wrong. His credit wasn't right, and he was a banker. You know, but it tells you, you know, you got people that come from different places. You're talking about janitors, nurses, etc. People that just set themselves up in a certain way to where they're able to go do things now they didn't have, you know, they didn't have before. You got realtors, mortgage brokers. And I would say probably one of the most valuable things from this business that I've gotten is the relationships. To be able to go and talk to people that are in different industries that I can plug into, that I could play into, right? I met some, again, guys, I mentioned that I was in the blockchain technology and crypto. I met somebody that just raised over $300 million for their project. You asked me if I'm able to talk to them. 100% I am, right? So it's one of those things to where it's a lot of opportunity in this. It's a lot of room for growth. And it's not so many places to where you can go have a business all in one for you, and it's helping you at the same time. You know, it's a lot of self-development, a lot of growth that comes along with it. And it's something great to do, especially in this upcoming new year, right? So you got 3 different feelings when it comes to this, okay? Thank you. I don't think nobody is not interested, right? But if you're not interested, okay, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate you. It is New Year, so 100%. Like, thank you for rocking out with me, okay? I mean, if you're interested in a service, listen, take advantage of the protection plan membership. It's super powerful, and it can just set you apart, right? We usually tell people, listen, do it for 2 to 3 months. You're going to see results, right? But we've seen results within the first month, right? We're talking about 30 days. My mother, 45 points on her credit report, easy, right? We had Marche, 55 points. I myself had 50 points. It's one of those things that just happens, right? So, but I really encourage you to take full advantage of it. Go ahead and pay an extra $100, become an agent, right? And just help people, right? When you help people, you help yourself, and it's a way for anybody. Listen, I started taking full advantage of this business, and these are all there's so many people that love this, right? Again, we got people everywhere to talk about it, but I would say this, okay? I started taking this business seriously, right? And a lot more seriously when I realized that this is how billionaires think, right? To be fully transparent, right? I have a brand called Billionaire Mind now. I read a lot of books. I do a lot of different things, but they suggest companies like these, and they invest in companies like these, right? It's called network marketing, but it's something with this has a product and a service that just helps people. And it's true. Like, I can literally send you guys testimonies. And right now I'm about to actually show you guys the back office for the UCES membership, right? I'm going to go ahead and log in. And as I log in, I'm going to just show you guys so you can see it, right? This is something that's real. It's something that's really happening, right? You guys will actually see my credit score of where I started, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Give me 1 second. Right, so this is the protection plan, right? This is the login. It's a back portal. One thing about this portal, listen, they got every language you need, okay? They got Chinese, French, Haitian Creole. They got Korean, Portuguese, Somali, Spanish, and Vietnamese, right? That's one thing. The beautiful thing is this roadmap. They have a roadmap. After you get everything going, you can check off every single point. You got me? You can check off everything. You got me? I forgot to check these, but listen to me. You can check off everything. It's a very, very powerful tool that you can use to take yourself to a certain place. They got the credibility, credit attorney. They got a credit restoration. They even show you where you started at. This is where I started, and then they show you your results. They do all the dispute letters. They just tell you to follow the roadmap. You're able to look at the life insurance. You can do a lot of different things, right? It's so much. I have to submit a form to go ahead and secure it. So I'm definitely about to do that because I didn't see that. But understand something, guys. You have everything you need. Look at they also give you
The My Care plan is an
videos for
important
everything,
part of your financial
right? They
education
give you
services
videos for
protection plan
everything.
and will allow you to
It's a
protect your
very,
loved
very
ones and
big thing.
organize your business affairs
You got
in
they
the
give you
event of your
videos for
death or
everything.
income.
So you can see it all. They got everything, the budget, the identity insurance, the net worth, the saving goals, everything that you need. So again, guys, it's a really powerful tool. I encourage everybody to take a look at it, dive into it. Do me a favor, get back to the agent that go ahead and put you on. Get back to the person that referred you to this call. Tell them your thoughts, tell them what you loved about it. And just dive into it. Listen, God bless you all. Happy New Year. Thank you for being on. This is our last one of the day. We'll have more next week. You got me. We may have another one later just because, we may have some requests. If we got some requests, we'll go ahead and do it. But God bless you guys. Thank you again. Have a great day. All right. Peace. Get back to the agent that called you.